Good morning, Facebook. This is Blabbing for Britain, episode 314. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Stephen.
Good morning, Peter.
Good morning.
Where are you today, Peter?
Well, I'm down in Dundee, and if you can see, I'm in my regimental tie, and I've taken a trip to Dundee to go to a funeral of one of my sergeants when I first joined up, and here's some new phones. Who is? Oh, name later. Okay, sorry about that. It's one of those days. I'm down for a funeral, and I've just got a new Dundee phone number, so I'm going to do a couple of things while I'm here anyway.
Okay, you're in bright sunshine, are you not?
Yes, I am. It's just I can't. Example, I'm on. Nothing's going right today. Anyway,
no, we've had a good start.
And I haven't slept all night, and I mean that. I have not slept all night. I'm tired. Anyway, that's how my day is so far.
Okay, so welcome to the show. This is Blabbing for Britain, episode 314. And yes, okay. So, where do we start?
Well, in the last few minutes, I've had an email from Amazon.
Yes.
Telling me they've reached worldwide agreement with Visa, and it's all cancelled. There will be no future issues with using a Visa card.
Right. Well, that's good news for everybody who buys things on Amazon with Visa. And it was only the UK, wasn't it? It wasn't.
I know it was worldwide, wasn't it?
All right, was it?
I don't know. Anyway, I've just had the email a few minutes ago, so.
Right, we've got the top of your head now, Peter.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get into it. I'll just let you know what I see. I don't see you two. I'll just see my own picture. Okay. I'm on an iPad.
And that was short and sweet. It's going to be...
It's gone. Yeah, it's a global agreement.
Yeah.
I've just read the email again.
Okay. I'm just waiting for Peter.
Anything else? Okay.
Hang on.
Right, can you not move your visor to the side?
Well, I've just done that.
That's better. Well, it's not. Right, okay.
No. Oh, sorry, guy. Just use me as a chat today. You know, I'm just...
Switch your camera off. I'll switch your camera off.
I can't.
I can't. Hang on. You're back again. I should be able to switch your camera off.
We can
because you're on mobile.
Anyway.
I am on my iPad, and all I can do is see... I'm just seeing me sitting here in the van.
Right. Okay.
Hold on. I'll move about. Right.
Okay, just a minute. Can you say
That's
something?
Better.
Right.
Now?
We can hear you.
Right. Can you see me?
No, I've switched your camera off.
Put me back on because I've moved position.
That's better. Okay.
Right.
If you're watching us live, please do say hello. This is an entertaining edition of Blabbing for Britain, where, yeah, okay.
Technology challenges.
Indeed. Anybody heard from Stephen?
Nah.
Right. Okay. Wait a minute. I'm just catching up with right. So it was a group video chat that was started. Okay. All right. Let's start with Andrew then.
So all we can see is your cat badge, Peter.
Yeah. I'm just letting you see it. Right. Okay. That's me now. I'll just control myself. Okay. Let's get this show on the road.
Okay. Shall we start with Andrew? Prince Andrew.
Andrew who?
Prince Andrew.
Right. Yeah. What's up to be said?
I don't know.
12 million.
The problem is, this is a problem of having civil courts and having. He's not been found guilty. That's the problem, you see.
That's true. Yeah.
And it's all hearsay. She said, now, why didn't the lady, instead of taking money, go all the way? Just a thought.
Well, then it's a good question, Peter. That's a good question, Peter. I mean, from the royal family's point of view, I would have said that this should be ended sooner than this. They want an end to it. I mean, it's the Queen's 70th celebrations here, and
it's about money. If he's done it, go all the way to get and just say that I won. I've taken you all the way, and I'm going to write a book about it now, and then make my money if it was money I was after.
Yeah, well, there's nothing stopping her writing a book now, is there?
No, that's correct.
No.
Yeah. So, and everybody's speculating amount of money. I mean, I really feel sorry for the Queen. That lady, as far as I'm concerned, has not put a foot wrong, and I think that's why she's still going to stay on. But you can see it building up. I can see it building up for Charles taking over shortly. Your thoughts, guys?
Yeah, I think that we should be able to celebrate this year everything that the Queen's done for us, and the celebration should go ahead, and Andrew should just disappear.
Just like his uncle.
Yeah, I was thinking about that this morning. The Queen deserves to have the people celebrate the fact that she has been our Queen for 70 years. It's just annoying and a whole range of things, but I think she deserves to be celebrated this year. And the celebrations are in May or June?
June.
Or June.
June, is it?
Yeah, we've got a long weekend in June.
Okay. There's not been much shout about it up here, because some people would like a republic, an independent Republic of Scotland, but there's too many loyalists here. There's a lot of loyalists in Scotland and Northern Ireland. And so it's getting really, really difficult. Or not difficult, but I always fear for the way things are going. I mean, look at Charles. He was kind of forced into a marriage for someone that was planted really on him. It was all orchestrated. He loved another woman.
Yeah.
Camilla, who's now going to be the Queen Consort. Is that the name?
Yeah, she's going to be a Queen Consort.
And she's done
effectively, she will be Queen, doesn't it?
Yes.
And will be called the Queen.
She should have been Queen in the first place. How old was Prince Charles and Princess Diana? What was the age difference? I can't remember.
No, can't remember. No.
I think there was a fear, and it was all orchestra. He didn't love.
Yeah, my memory may be faulty. But wasn't she married at the time?
Yeah.
Camilla was actually married to
Charles Parker Bowles.
Parker Bowles, and he was in the Household Cavalry.
Yeah.
And
there was 12 years age difference.
Yeah. That's a fair difference. It was I don't know, it was just orchestrated as far as I'm concerned. It didn't work out. Yeah, and because the thing is, they're saying if Prince Charles does become king, he's going to have to act like a king and not taking sides in environmental things and everything like that. He's got to sit and let the government do it.
Yeah.
Or his heir apparent can do that then, can't they, instead of him?
Well, I don't think Prince William will put a foot wrong either. I don't think he'll speak out in that. I think he'll keep stum.
I've welcomed many of what Charles's interferences, people. I mean, he described the library in Birmingham as a carbuncle, and he was so right. It is a carbuncle. It's disgusting.
Yeah, and he has championed causes which have come to be more mainstream. I mean, he was thought to be totally out of sync with society, but he wasn't. He was ahead of society in some ways. He still is, by the way.
Any man that speaks to his plants is a good man.
But anyway, the best of luck to them. I think we still need royalty, because I would hate to have a republic. Look at some of the leaders we've had lately. Would you want that?
No. Republic, dictatorship, whichever way you want to name it.
If we had a republic, and I'm not for one, by the way, before we get too far, the position of prime minister wouldn't be the lead position, would it? We'd have to have a president.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We'd have to have a president.
Which neatly brings us on to new president. And the new president of Facebook is?
Our former vice price minister, deputy price minister. Yeah. He's now on a par with Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
He's done well, hasn't he? He's done well.
Well, the shares were dropping.
Pardon?
Yeah.
The shares were dropping.
Well, we'll have to see if the announcement has any effect on the shares. So.
Yeah.
Well, all I'm saying is watch the new platforms that are coming up.
Well, it's still in a situation where Facebook's got 2.4 billion users. And there's nobody anywhere close to that.
No, and they've got the worst helpline ever. Just let you know that, folks. Worst helpline ever.
And the best helpline goes to InVideo. We can't beat InVideo's helpline. In fact, Facebook could learn a lot from InVideo.
Right.
In terms of customer service, because it's very difficult not to contact InVideo. If you contact them from your studio, you get a response straight away, John.
You do. You don't always get an answer of late, unfortunately.
Right.
Bit of lacking knowledge, but it has been acknowledged that they need to do more internal training. My problem with InVideo is it's been left behind by other products, and you've got some of the lead people like Dave Withington, Marsha, and a number of others who've gone to other channels. You rarely see them in the group anymore.
Which other channels?
Well, Marsha, for instance, has learnt to use a real video editor, a traditional video editor. And I guess, in a way, InVideo is a good stepping stone to using a full-blown one. And the same applies to David Withington. He's also gone with a full-blown editor. And because he's learnt enough, I think, or both of them, and there's one or two others, have learnt the grounding in InVideo, which has enabled them to springboard into a more full, proper traditional video.
I've started, Andy's shown me another, it's called VideoPad, and we've done some videos just lately. And if you look at my LinkedIn, I've put them up there. I've put on 2 videos just lately. But I'll tell you what I've been watching with amazing just recently. And it's TikTok. And
Yeah.
TikTok
Okay.
is really, really getting used, guys. And so I looked up pest control on it, and there was a lady pest controller spraying, and I says, "You'd be better with your hood up, you know." So these people do things live and they promote their business. You see all sorts on it, and it's really, really growing. But everybody sitting in their house wants to be the TV star now. It's amazing. But I'm going on it, and people are selling their product on it as well. If you want to buy a product, there's a little push button that you go to. I would say, do you look at it, guys? Do you have a look at it?
I think there's so much noise on it, it's difficult to find commercial activity. Let's put it that way.
Well, you can actually do a search for it, for what you're looking for. I put in pest control, and I put a couple of things in, it came up. So it's there if you search what you're looking for, you know.
I still think the vast majority of viewers regard TikTok as a humor channel.
Yeah, I mean that's my picture of it. 30-second clips.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you that's changing. You've got guys traveling along, truckers just driving along in their normal day job, filming live with a camera. People on boats, and they're just using TikTok now. Keep an eye on TikTok. Don't underestimate it, I would say. You know, it doesn't. Could be it could be for informational purposes and educational purposes. And so I'm going to have a little look at it, you know.
Okay. Can you see the comments, Peter? They're being made or not?
Yeah, it says that Right, Grant, would you like to explain a bit more of that then?
Well, he has said that there's lots of personal development stuff on there.
Okay, yeah, very good. And what do you do, Grant?
Well,
Grant is a stage hypnotist, Peter.
Ah, right.
And he tours everywhere.
Ah, right.
And you find his videos on Facebook and YouTube, and he interviews hypnotists from around the world as well.
Right. Trust me. Mind of the snake. I'm going to have to get some juice. Ah, very good. I'm just getting some juice in here. My batteries went down mega. Oh, by the way, John, did you buy that new thing that you were after? The iPad type thing.
I'm really, really impressed with it. Very good.
Could you send me a link, please?
Sorry? Yeah. I didn't do it until I've run it for a week.
Well, that's fine.
Tomorrow.
I want to. Oh, my cameras went off. Right. That's my back. Okay, we're just gonna.
Screen quality is just amazing.
Okay, I'll probably get one because I'm not paying 900 quid for an iPad. No way.
Well, this was 220 quid, and I got a 20 quid off voucher from Amazon, so it cost me 200 quid.
That's good.
And then I'll claim the VAT back, so it won't be all that expensive in the end.
Do you know what I done this week? It's taken a while. It takes a while going. I read a book, and it was amazing. You'll like this, Stephen. I'll maybe give the link. It was The Soldier Who Came Back. I'll run it through quickly. Soldier Who Came Back. He was actually a linguist. He lived in Germany before the war, and he, obviously spoke German fluently. Became a soldier, and someone else became a soldier, and they were in the prisoner of war camp. He taught him for 3 hours a night German. They escaped. They got caught. Long story. The things that happened to them, they didn't go over the border. They went up to Berlin and stuff like that. It was fantastic. And there's a twist at the end of it. He got back.
Yeah.
And his offspring was someone very famous in the UK. If you want to know who it is, I'll tell you. But if you want to buy a book, and that's what happened. Yeah. And it It was a fantastic book. I read it right through, hardly stopped. And what I've done, I've actually put up a video, what do you call it? Testimonial, a review.
All right, okay.
And there's not a lot. So it's the soldier who came back, and you'll see Peter doing a review on video. And I've yet to see any videos with a review. On Amazon.
Amazon.com, yeah. But no.
Right,
no,
on my, if you go to .co.uk,
yeah.
and the soldier who came back, you'll see my review. I'm going to do more of them, getting ready for being an Amazon seller.
Brilliant. Okay. Yeah, it all builds up. Okay. Now, is there going to be a Russian invasion of Ukraine? We had this question last week. Do we know any more this week?
No. The Russians say they're withdrawing, but
yeah,
nobody can see them withdrawing.
No, they're peacocking.
They've released a video of some tanks on trains. But you only see them loading. You don't actually see the train moving.
Yeah. So
what I could get over is how big Ukraine is. Because if you plant it on Europe, then the northwest tip is somewhere between London and Birmingham, and the eastern tip is in Poland. That's how big Ukraine is. Until I saw a map of that, I never realized just how big Ukraine is. And of course, it has a personal importance for all of us, because of course that's where our product that we're using today is from, Kiev.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Belive engineering department is in Kiev.
The thing is, the Russians always do this. You know, they take it to the brink. Just like the nuclear. But here's the thing: you've got to sit back and say, right? They were told if you put that missiles in Cuba, we'll sink a ship. It's bringing them in. So Russia's maybe saying, if you think you're putting nuclear weapons right in our border, you can forget it, and that's the problem. If so there's got to be a lot of jaw to be done. And they won't want the Ukraine to join NATO, for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing about it is Ukraine is a sovereign nation state.
Yeah.
And they're capable of deciding its own future. It doesn't need us or Russia to decide. They just vote whichever way they want, and the government goes whichever way it wants. Yeah. So.
And that's it. And that's what independence is about. There's no point being independent, and somebody says to you, "No, but you'll be doing this." You said, "Oh, we'll be right," you know. And that's the problem. And that's the problem we've got in the United Kingdom at the moment, because we've got a border. And we're not being allowed to do what we want as a border.
That's a different set of rules, isn't it, Peter?
Yeah, but they've got tangled up in these rules. I've never... The only way out of it, do you know what I'm going to say here?
No.
Is just put in Article 16 and pull out. They'll soon get the message. And then they'll have to renegotiate if they want anything. But they're just going to have to say, no, it's not working. We're just putting in Article 16. See what they do then.
Okay, so jump from Kiev to Brexit.
We do this. This is we got segue from one topic to another.
Yeah, well, that's what it should be like, you see. But I mean,
well, the government have actually done a subtle thing yesterday afternoon. The biggest take up of fast track visas for investors in the UK is from Russians, and yesterday they cancelled the fast track visa scheme. Whether it's short term or long term, we don't know. But
I know a very, very, very rich man in Aberdeen. Well, his father's very, 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 very rich, right? And he was telling me they went down to try to buy property in London, okay, as an investment. He says, we couldn't get near it for the Russians. He says, they've just bought everything up. And they'll pay their price, you know. And that's why everything's went sky high. They bought their way in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Talking of sky high in prices,
Yeah.
inflation up to 5.5%.
Right.
Yeah. Heading the wrong way.
What is
it? I mean, we can all remember when inflation was in the 20s, and we didn't panic then.
No.
So panicking at 5%. But the thing is that it's food prices, isn't it? I mean, we've got the petrol, food, and power.
Yeah.
Those are the three.
And that is why at the moment I was looking at a Tesla. However, the price of electricity is going to go sky high. And you're not going to tell me once everybody's got rid of their diesels and petrol and everything, say, oh, you're all electric now. Let's have an electric car tax. What about that then, boys and girls? Because they'll have to get the money somewhere.
Yeah. Unless we all switch to flying cars, in which case we don't need roads.
How much do you think it costs to take a average EV to 80% full in electrical costs?
No,
I'm not sure.
I don't know either.
Well, it's about £7.50 apparently. There's funny enough, there's an EV channel that I've been watching. I don't know if you ever watch it, but there's a place in Wales run by a bloke called Moggy who puts electric engines into traditional older cars. In fact, he did a DeLorean and a Mini in the last couple of weeks. It's a program on the Quest channel. It's one of the few things I do watch on telly. And there is because Moggy's a mechanic, there is a presenter guy that works with him called Pedro. He's got a channel called Petrol Ped on YouTube, which is quite good really, because he does some really serious reviews of cars. He drove from Surrey to Wales in his MG electric vehicle, and has to make a stop off because it's the entry level battery, and it only got a range of about 140 miles when it's cold. And he recently showed his journey to Wales in the snow. The snow was in the Wales side, but it was still very cold. So that cut his mileage down to about 110 miles from 140 because of the cold effect on batteries. And he filled it up, and it cost him £7.10. But there are also quite a lot of comparison tables around now of how much it costs to charge up various different cars. But if you think, say, £7.10 gives you 110 miles, that's actually quite cheap compared with petrol.
Well, I'll give you a link later on. A friend of mine, he's an Indian guy, he's a tech guy out in Aberdeen. He's in India just now. And he's done a comparison on YouTube and went through it. And he reckons between taxes and things and grants and things, he leases it. And he says it's really down to £50 a week to get a new Tesla. I'll give you the link later. Stephen, you're an accountant. You can work it out for me. But
used to be.
But, right. So he's leased this car, but if you lease a car, I think you get 50% of the VAT back, I believe.
Yeah.
And you've also got to pay some of your own for using it personally.
If you're self-employed, then it's you have to pay 25% of the running costs, and that includes everything, including parking. Yeah,
Right.
that's when you get 75% of your parking back. Yeah, and you can claim 50% of your VAT back.
Okay. So when can you claim 100%?
You can't.
Even if you bought one and hire purchased it.
Oh, that's different. You've talked about leasing or PCP, which
Yeah.
is the modern term for leasing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So what happens when a
Purchase is
business
a different
buys
thing
it?
altogether. If you bought it, then it becomes a depreciable asset. Yeah,
Right.
and you
Right.
you then become we've disappeared. Are you there?
It's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you then become liable to benefit in kind on in your tax,
Which isn't a lot. I think it's about 1%.
I don't know.
And
I've been looking at changing mine for a while, and I wish I did it 12 months ago, because second-hand cars are about 28% higher than they were.
That's right. There was an article
months
that they're wanting to, the garages are wanting to buy them back.
Well,
They're getting a lot of money.
only anything up to about 3, possibly 4 years old. They're not
Yeah.
really particularly interested in anything older than that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, this is why I've got a van, really. You know, it's these are hired now. They're not, so they're HP now. I'm purchasing them. You know, but yeah, I'll have to look at it. I've never had a new car. Well, I've once had a new car in my life, but we'll maybe be able to buy second-hand one shortly.
Only time I've ever had brand new cars is when I work for somebody else, you know.
Yes.
And I've been working for myself for 21 and a half years, so I haven't had a new car for a long, long time.
Yeah, I thought they would have given you the 100% back if a business is buying it. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Only half that.
Don't like
I don't think you can claim any VAT back, but yours is different. You need to talk to an accountant because you've got vans.
That's right. That's right.
And they like my brother has a Ford Ranger thing, you know, a double cab with that's commercial vehicle. That's not treated the same as a car. So
yeah,
you need
and
to
it's
get proper advice.
It's a pool van. Anybody could drive it.
Yeah, but if it stays on your drive overnight every day, I think you'll have a hard time claiming it's a pool car.
Well, if I look at a van, there's a lot of superchargers in Aberdeen now for Tesla. You know, they're putting them in.
Well, a Tesla has the advantage it can use any charger, but other cars cannot use Tesla superchargers.
That's right. Anyway, Stephen, you still there? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm still here. I just thought let you petrol heads talk about cars.
Yeah, I'm not a car person. I need a van to do the job and carry kit and things. You know, I've never been a car's wasted on me. People say, "Oh, look at this car! Look at this! You can do this." So yeah, all right, okay. I'm gonna weigh in my bike. Hey, speaking about bikes, two people in my cycling club who live right next door to each other. One comes out; they can come out the back and just walk into each other's house side doors. They've both been hit by cars recently. You know. And the good news is they're okay now. Well, one of them is. And the good news is we've actually got Slater and Gordon, the solicitors, looking after them and claiming. And the guy had the brightest yellow top we wear, club one, and he still got whacked in a roundabout. And the guy says, never seen him. So.
Not a defence.
Be careful. He's been charged with careless driving.
Now, you know.
Yeah.
You're into cycling, Peter. I'm into walking, and Angelica set a challenge for both of us over Christmas and said, right, okay, we're going to walk go for a walk every day in 2022. And the rules are simple. If we're allowed 15 days when we don't walk, because you've got to be realistic. So if you're working or then you can say, right, that's my day off, and you've got 15 of those. And if you're ill, then obviously you're not supposed to walk when you're ill. So if you are ill, that doesn't count against you either. And today being the 17th of February, which means we've done 48 days so far this year, we've actually walked 45 out of 48 days.
Do you know, I was in my 20th day of walking with an app, and then I got COVID.
Yeah.
And I'd done a walk the other day. It was pouring a rain. But I'll tell you what's really cheesed me off. Sheila is age 67. Did she not only go and get the app couched to 5K, and she'd done her first park run, and she'd done it in 39 minutes.
That's darn good going, Peter. Congratulations, Sheila.
Shit, I didn't say that. I said, how come you got a better one than me? No, I did say okay. Now, Grant's asking about the cycle laws. Is Grant in Britain?
Grant's certainly in Britain. He's a good... He uses Belive, as he said earlier, is a hypnotist.
Okay.
And have they changed the laws on the rights for cyclists in Scotland, Peter?
Well, they have changed the law, but it's basically the law that was there before. There are certain things like the reason you go into the middle of a road is to stop cars opening the door and hitting you. That's why we go in the middle. Or if you're going to a junction and you're going to right further on. But the big one is that if you're turning left on your bicycle and you come up the left of a car and they're turning left, this cyclist has the right of way. However, if the cyclist goes round the corner and a granny's standing at a pavement, who's got the right of way, guys?
Granny has.
Granny's got the right of way. And you know, I've tried it. There was a granny turning left one day, and I was standing there ready to go, and I see her with a little fancy little hat thing just coming out of church, I think. And if I'd stood in that road, I would have been knocked over. I'd have been lying in a heap. I don't think she knows about it. So that's basically what's happening, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. No, if the changes in the highway code were common sense, then it would work. Yes. But there is one where pedestrians have the right of way. Pedestrians have the right of way if they're crossing a road and a car turns into the road. Yeah. Pedestrians have the right of way, which is stupid because you've got the headline the other day: pedestrians running away from cars, and that's what's happening. You can't have the right of way when somebody's doing 20 and you're doing your 3 miles an hour. You've got to give way to cars. You cannot. Yeah. You cannot.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
I'll tell you what I bought the other day, and it's just arrived yesterday. I've bought a personal body camera like a police. And it can go for 15 hours. And I'm going to do the Queen Victoria railway line for you with it, right?
Okay.
It probably won't be live. I'll make it and send it so you can see it, right? But what I'm going to do is it's got a shoulder harness and it's on all the time. Yeah.
Right.
Or I can stop it, I can put audio only. And the reason I'm getting it is when I'm cycling and he comes and gives me a hard time, I'll just say, listen, you're on camera, so I would advise you to calm down, or I'll just flick this over at the police. And that'll be the end of it.
Okay.
There you go.
How much was it, Peter?
Oh, it was £189.
Right. Okay.
But when you don't smoke and you don't drink, you got to spend your money on something.
Right. Okay. Yes. Just as a note, back to Nick. Nick, hang on. Okay. Nick said good running. Nick is actually a park runner and a park run marshal, so
yes,
he knows whereof he speaks.
They encourage you to do a marshal's job about after every 10 runs.
Right. Right.
That's what they do in my area. And hopefully I'll get back to it. My feet's getting better. Yes.
Good.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so the camera's on, the hard drive in the camera, you can't take it out. It's only there all the time. And then I take it and plug it into my computer, and that's uploaded. And I've had lots of pictures. Andy came around and we sat down and we've done quite a lot. So you'll see more videos from me now, guys. You know, now I'm getting to know it a bit.
Oh.
I've been doing a lot of photography, and I'll be going on TikTok and I'll be saying to the guys, "Oi, how many droppings does a mouse do a day? Tell this lot." And they'll say, "Oh, who's dying?" So that's what, I'm going to give them facts on tiki toki.
No. The website too. Yeah. Okay. Right.
So if you put 2 videos on LinkedIn, have you had any reaction to them?
Yes, I have. I've had not a lot of comments. I think I put one on, was it a video? Yeah, I put on one from 11 years ago, John. If you have a look, you'll see a beautiful lady. She's a hairdresser. And I done it 11 years ago. I ended up in hospital, and you'll see how fat I was then. And I put it up, and people were looking at it, and I showed my guys it, and they says, "Peter, we still do her house. They still go there." Because I don't go out on the road. And then the other one I put up was my intro to my new business page. And if you go and look in LinkedIn, you'll see it. Make a comment. And people have looked at it, yeah.
Okay, back over to Nick. Nick is saying that at his park run, wait, hang on, just a minute. You see, he commented twice. Okay,
yeah.
Alternates 1 week run and 1 week volunteer. And then latest comment is, I streamed my Amazon show on TikTok today. Oh, wow.
And what was the reaction? There you go. Don't underestimate TikTok, guys. You see some weird things like.
Yeah. Okay.
You see, you can film one thing and you can put it to all your platforms.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. You can even bring it on Blabbing for Britain, Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you got it, if it's on YouTube, I can play it in the studio. And you can talk about it.
Yeah. It's the year of the video.
It is. All right. Just seeing. Oh, weather-wise, Peter, how has it been weather-wise with the 2 storms?
It's been very windy coming down here today. Very windy. But I'm sitting in the car park. It's quite a nice day now. The sun's shining. I quite like Dundee. A lot of people really don't like Dundee, but I quite like it. You know?
Yeah.
It's a very up-and-coming city. Did you know that? Dundee.
Mm-hmm.
Used to be known for jute, jam, and journalism. Yeah. It's the home of the Bruins. You remember the Bruins?
No. Can you just remind us, Peter?
Right. So the Bruins were a family who live in Glebe Street, and they're well known throughout the world. And it was a family called the Bruins, which is the Browns, and they lived in a tenement block in Dundee. And the other one that ran along with it was Oor Willie. Have you heard of him?
No.
Have you heard of Oor Willie?
Oor Willie, yeah.
Oor Willie. And we've actually got an Oor Willie chip shop in Aberdeen. I know the guy. And it's opened up, and people travel far and wide to go to the Oor Willie chip shop because he's going to open one in Florida. So, there you go. So, Oor Willie is owned by DC Thompson. You must have heard of them.
They're the comic people.
Yes, so Willie and the Bruins are, and then there's Dennis the Menace. Do you remember him?
Definitely do, yeah.
The
And Nasher.
dandy. Now, do you know what the word dandy is, by the way?
Nope.
Do you know what it is? So, I do work and I got shown one day, and the dandy is the original roller for the press, what's made up. It's called the dandy. There you go. You win a pub quiz with that.
Yeah. That's going right. Okay, now the end of COVID.
Oh.
Is it the end of COVID? We all the rules are going to disappear. We're going to be able to do anything we want without fear of being fined or told off.
Well, I better check with Tsar Nicola before I can say anything.
Right. So there's been no indication yet.
What's it like in England? And I use free.
Not yet. The 24th of Feb.
Right.
Yeah. All legislation is taken back. So there is no legislation. If you don't wear a mask, it's your problem. It's society's problem. Basically, they're kicking the ball over to the general public and saying, okay, it's in your hands. We're not going to control you anymore. You are free to do whatever you wish, whenever you wish, with whomever you wish. Yeah?
Right.
So all restrictions go, and we are able to go back to pre-COVID. Question is, will we? Okay.
The problem is,
yeah.
Sorry. Well, I've seen more people that I know left, right, and centre getting COVID in my area.
Well,
everybody I speak to.
Yeah, more people are getting COVID, but fewer people are actually suffering. Well, the number of people dying from COVID is falling. The number of people in hospital from COVID in England is falling. And therefore, the government have taken the stance that basically, if everybody's going to have it, everybody's going to have it. There's little we can do about it. And there is no. I mean, last year, there's been no flu. Yeah. We all got our flu jabs. John and I went along and they said, do you want a flu jab? And you were there getting your COVID jab, your booster jab. Do you want a flu jab? And we said, yep. And we didn't need it. Yeah. Because there's been no flu.
Well, I get it every year because I'm diabetic. And I didn't used to take it. I would say, I can't be bothered. But I did take it this year. We got triple vaxxed. But here's a flu jab. I had all my jabs for COVID, and guess what? I got COVID.
You got it. Yeah.
And do you know something? I'm glad I got it. I didn't like it at the time because I don't like pain, right?
No.
And I'm just glad I got it out. I've been waiting 2 years, and boy, when it came, I just says, right, that's it. It's over. No more problems. Hopefully.
Little Dottie, my little Dottie, my granddaughter, next Friday of next week, she's 2. On Saturday, she was pretty awful, and Alice managed to get a appointment with a doctor at the hospital at what's called the Badger Clinic, which is basically a GP within the hospital, and she had to have a PCR test, but not yet too. She was negative, by the way, but they thought she got COVID.
Yeah, it'll all come out in the wash, and we'll find out things.
The bottom line is we've got to learn to live with it, just like we live with lots of other things.
Who's Dwayne? Do you know that person?
No, I don't understand the comment.
And
it's your early question, Peter. Nick had 250 views on TikTok.
Oh yeah, and that's not bad for maybe the first attempt, actually. You know, now you have to get, the secret is to get followers, and I had one because I was on the stream. I listened to ASMR, which is noises to get you to sleep, but doesn't work just lately. And they will ping you to let you know they're there. But you can build up
Yeah.
a following
Yeah.
with TikTok, and if you're doing your cooking show on there, Nick, I'm sure you'll do well. You know. Yeah. So I am going to go and try and use it, but I'm going to try and make it funny with the sitting with the guys and throwing questions at them. You know. What do you think?
Mr. Dwayne is promoting a naughty website.
All right. Okay. Yes, we're too old for that, sir. Cooking show later.
Now he's
Right.
promoted a second naughty website.
Yes. Okay.
I can't do anything.
You can't ban him, no.
Not from within
Right.
the studio. I can do it afterwards.
Guys, haven't we done well? 10:55.
Yeah, we have.
You must be a minute behind us up in Scotland because it's 10:56 down here.
Just 10:56 is dead.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I think we're doing well to get this far. John, it's over to you. Let's.
Yes, Kelly watches my TikToks.
I just got one little quick story.
Yeah, sure.
There was the first fatal shark attack in Sydney for, I think it's 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a Brit Brit that died.
Yeah.
So they're a bit of a tragedy down there. He was only 35.
Yeah.
He died in the shark attack. So that was just really a point that Australia and Britain are well linked. Kelly Shade says, I watch your TikToks.
Yes, he did. I've seen his as well. It comes up quite Christmas still. When are you doing more?
He's still posting lots of pictures of his dogs, but we won't go there. Okay, so we're nearly at the hour, and at the hour we finish. So my friend in Scotland, who white van man today, sat in his van in Dundee.
Hello, Dundee.
For a sad reason, unfortunately, he's off to a former colleague's funeral. My friend in Wiltshire, the head of green screen and chess pieces, and it's me up here in this wonderful poppy garden in the West Midlands that's dead at this moment in time, but we'll be back because can't get rid of the damn poppies once you've got them. And so it's goodbye from us, and we will see you next week, same time, same place, and hopefully we won't have any technical issues when we go live next week.
Sure.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.